Harris's obvious mediocrity.
You know what? I'm going to double down.
So, as a result, they
Again,
barely
midterms
cover.
mean nothing.
And we're going to spend the next hour
If I
filling
win
that
today on
Kamala Harris
math,
may be one of the least
if
impressive
I
people
can
in
make
public
phone
life,
calls,
but
can
on
I?
some days
I
it
can
feels
put
like she's
memos
running our
around.
country
I can certainly
anyway.
throw something up there to
Last
scare
month,
the
the
shit out
president
of
of Mexico,
somebody.
of all people,
And if it
made that
does, it
point.
does. It doesn't, it doesn't. The day comes, it's just a formality that's in your way. That's all. That's all. I'm going to just go through the regular roster on this because you know I got it beat. This is out there, and short of just you going, well, the only way to deal with it is to laugh it off, and maybe that burns it. That's the amount of your play here, and it can be laughably set because if you have no calculation to present,
and in this country,
it's going to be hard to
voters have
value
come to
any
the conclusion
trajectory
that, in
inside
fact,
of
he
there.
is.
I mean, and it's
The
just
Trafalgar Group is one of the only
insanity,
polling
which puts you up to the
companies
top.
worth
I know,
paying
like I know you
attention
guys.
They got
All
the
right,
last
so
election
let's
almost
play the
exactly right,
game.
with a few other firms
Let's
even
run
close.
this out. Let's say,
So
all
we've
right,
got
so it's
exclusively
that deep. We're
polling from
Fermilab
Trafalgar
inside
that
of there.
shows
You
who
know,
Americans
how
believe
much
is
for a
actually
gram of
running the federal
antimatter?
government. In a survey of likely voters, the majority
I'm just hammering
of
out
American voters said
what
Joe
the math
Biden
to
is
say.
not really
There's
in
limits.
charge.
Obviously, Fox
And it wasn't
News,
simply
to being a
Republicans who thought
reporter
that.
on a
A third
system,
of
is going to be
Democrats say
different in the
Biden is not actually in
singularity
charge. The other
by some of the
10%
rules of the
weren't sure,
universe.
which is pretty much the same thing. It's hard to believe there
It
have
comes
ever
around,
been
they
numbers
bang,
like that
there's
in American
singularities.
history about the president.
It's
What do they
math.
tell
I'm
us?
not saying he is.
They tell
I'm
us that
saying
the
at
media
least to the
storyline you want to
presentation,
hear every
because
day. Joe
Tucker
Biden's
would
fine.
be
He's just got a really
Fermilab.
bad stutter. Relax.
I got to see the cases.
Isn't
I got to see the
actually
4
fooling
year.
anyone,
That
but not
means
for lack of
nothing.
trying.
I give him a phone
Outside of
call,
this channel, no
get
one on
it
television
done
is allowed
because
to say what seems
it's the
obvious,
information,
which
it's
is
the
that Biden
tech,
can't
it's the
really do his
move
job.
based on how I
That's
generally
forbidden
program
precisely because it's
America.
true.
Being
But Joe Rogan
GPT-3
doesn't
is an
work on
autonomous
television. He
system.
hosts a
These
podcast,
things
so he can
move.
say whatever he
They
wants.
move with
And
constant
recently he
speed.
did.
They move, if you're going to say
We're
abruptly
unhinged.
long
Yeah,
to
in a lot
that
of
variable
ways,
before it
we're not
starts
anchored
bouncing
down by a
around.
real
I mean, we
leader.
got physics
You know, we
engines
don't
where
really
it's
have
going
a
to
real
just
leader
shut
in
you
the country
down.
anymore.
Bob Lazar
Yeah,
can't
you say
handle
Joe Biden's
the
the president, you're a
fluvium
leader,
114
you'd be
inside
correct
here,
on paper,
given the
but, I mean,
calcium and
everybody knows
plutonium
he's out of
collisions
line.
inside here.
He's barely hanging in there.
This is where you
Well,
are.
exactly.
This is where some of the top
We
end
don't say a lot
comprehensive
about Joe
about.
Biden's decline
You're
on
going to
this
say
show,
things
partly
about
because
numbers
it's
and
depressing,
values. You're
and
going to
partly
say
because our
things
default
about what that
position
is. Great.
always is
When
to
you
respect
present
old
those things
people,
to a math
especially
board
when they get a
about
little
whether we
soft,
can
as we
actually
all
design
will
the
if we
physics
live long
class
enough
this
with bad
year
karma to mock
in
them for it.
college, which is just,
But in
I
Biden's case,
get
and
that
he's
you
the
want to keep it
president,
moving
it's
because you got to
demonstrably
keep it
true,
moving.
and everyone
That is
knows
fair,
that,
but let's
including
go
his
back to
family.
how much is on the
So the
table
question
because
is, who's
you
really
have
in
a
charge if
map
Joe
of
Biden
just
isn't?
lit on
And
fire when
increasingly
you
it
do
seems
the
like Kamala Harris is
buttons
running
on
things.
this.
If you believe
It's
in
hard to graph
democracy,
through that,
this is a
especially
problem.
alone, especially
large
without
group of people has
standards up
ever
here to try to go
signaled a desire to put
build
Kamala
inside of
Harris
this.
in
Tucker, I'd
control
just be
of
like,
the
I mean, in
country.
terms of the
Just
team,
the
you got to
opposite.
talk to
In fact,
Fox
at
in the
the height of
box
the
because
last
that's where I'm
Democratic primary
immediately going to
season,
see it
most
come
of her
off to like
own
I just need a
constituents
computer
told pollsters
programmer
they wanted
that
her
I'm
to drop
just
out
going to
of the
build.
presidential
Fuck
race.
every single person
Only
in the room.
7%
I
of
just want
Democrats in the state of
vote.com
California thought
to
their
be
senator,
inside
Kamala
here so
Harris,
you guys
should be
can use it
president
as a
of the United
spring.
States.
Putin,
So the people who know her
XI,
best have the
figure
least
it
respect
out.
for her.
That stay within
she
the
got the
quantum
job
operator.
anyway.
Quantum
Entirely by
operating
default.
by
Here's the
today's
president
standards
Democrats
isn't quite as
thought they were
difficult.
voting for.
It's still up there on the high end. There's always going to be a dual diagnosis problem. Kids to adults to other systems. You can't just pay anymore. You can't. All right, there's a stone mill. That's what the base is. You can either get inside of there about the boss doing that and saying, here are the factors on what we know about turnover rates, why F over X in the pre-log to the spin direction to the WIMP particles that have photons and drag around the side inside here when I take you through the cameras and what your operations are based on any POV.
What was that? Well, you know exactly what it is.
Then you get POVs out there. You don't need all of them to do it. You got cameras up in the upstairs.
You'll see the usual
So I've said it to a
propaganda from
million
state media,
bosses, and
PBS
obviously it
others,
plays at the
smiling and
harbor. It
pretending,
plays
it's
on
totally
the farm.
normal.
How do you think they
But it's not
figure it
normal
out
at all.
for the
That's the
humidity
president
and
of the
corn
United States. This
systems,
is a
the
huge
water
and
or
dramatic change to our
strawberries,
system of
pumpkin
government.
seasons? Obviously, the
By
Green
facility means
Revolution
an
didn't have
awful
shit
lot of
to
power
do
for
with
Kamala
GMO
Harris.
and genetic
That's why
alteration.
we're
It
spending
is
the
select
next hour
breeding. These
talking
are
about her.
cells. These are
Hey, Sean
seeds.
Hannity
These
here.
are
Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News
again,
YouTube page and catch our hottest
power,
interviews and most
money,
compelling
and time.
analysis. You will
Give you a
not
point
get
in
it
time when
anywhere
somebody's like,
else.
your name comes up on that system about graph and indexes